What's up everyone? In my last video, I shared some RuneScape software I made that allows you to build PVM rotations and execute them at bosses. It helps you practice the game and just get better at the tick system. Today I want to get my wife to come down here and try RuneScape to get a real baseline test because I'm capable of doing some Grandmaster combat achievements, so me showing this software doesn't really do it justice. I need a true baseline test, someone who's never played RuneScape and preferably not even a gamer. I'm going to show her how you can move in game, how abilities work, and ultimately we're going to see if we can train her up to hit a pretty sick rotation I made at normal mode Vindicta. And with that, we kicked off training. So we started with the RS trainer where she would get familiar with the keybinds and the global cooldown timing and just the order of operations here. So this helped her kind of get a flow for the game as well as get comfortable on the keyboard. Like I said, we're going to be killing normal mode Vindicta, and we're going to test a really strong rotation I made with a couple complex PVM strategies, such as ability stalling and doing a pre-fight rotation on a dummy. Sure, for many veteran players, these things will be pretty trivial, but for someone who's been playing for 30 minutes, this is going to be pretty complex. And she was doing a pretty good job, but she was starting to get pretty frustrated.
So many steps. Okay. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm getting stressed. Ah, freak!
She finally hit a sick rotation and we were both so happy. And then I realized the webcam wasn't on, so I had to have her saddle back up and do more attempts, which she was not very happy about. Here's a clip though from her non-webcam kill where she did manage to get it in 20 seconds, which is pretty cool. And then like I said, just a few kills later, we finally got this kill attempt. She starts off at the Adrenaline Crystal, doing a Vengeance and then a Disruption Shield, and then she builds back up to do an ability stall on the dummy over here. That's fairly complex when you've been playing the game for 20 minutes, so I was pretty proud she figured out ability stalling. Goes into Vindicta, casts Darkness here to stall the ability stall, runs in, throws the dummy down, target cycle, release into a natty, hits another basic, puts on the melee gear, and then here she's a little slow. I'm not going to try to nitpick too much, but a little slow. Alts over adrenaline pots, goes in, again a little slow, not hitting her basics yet, but that's okay. Hits two basics here. Target cycle, barge, wham, Von Bomb, Smoke Cloud into a declaw, bleeds the assault, Chaos Roar into an overpower. Look at the bottom to see 1 million damage. Hits a Greater Ricochet with a bow to build a Dren, back into a declaw, and finishes the kill. That's pretty difficult to do. So for the short time she was playing, I was really proud that she was able to do this, and thank goodness we multi-logged to make me an extra 20k. That went pretty well. I'm actually pretty impressed by my wife for what she was able to do. She really does not like RuneScape. That's one thing I found out about her, so I probably won't be asking her to do this again in the future, but I had fun watching her. So the benchline test went great. Of course, it's an easy boss. You're on a maxed account with best in slot gear. You don't have to pray or flick. I get that. She doesn't know what any of the abilities are. I get that. That's not the point. The point is she hit the abilities in the correct order at the correct timings. So that's what this baseline test was, and that's what this baseline test proved. She was able to do that. Overall, I'm not sure I can really recommend this to anyone. It was a roller coaster of emotions, and my wife definitely doesn't want to play the game anytime soon, to say the least.
I cannot do this.
That's the hardest part.
Okay. Oh my god.
Hopefully this was pretty entertaining, and you can see that PVM is really not too intimidating. There's just a couple things you need to learn and follow and you can execute. If my wife can learn it in 30 minutes, I think you guys can too. At the end of this, I'm gonna have some clips of her having some fun, so I wasn't holding her against her will. She willingly did this and helped me, so I do want to say thank you to my wife. It was a big help. You know, it's kind of a weird ask for me to have her in a RuneScape video of all things. So, thank you guys so much. I hope everyone enjoys their day, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
Oh, come on. Did he die? What happened? Why didn't I get it? Did he die? Oh, come on. What?